ABDUL ABDULLAH, welcome to the Bega Valley Regional Gallery. You've been a finalist in some of the country's most important portraiture prizes, the Archibald, the Black Swan in Perth, and even the short-lived National Portrait Gallery National Youth Portrait Prize. What is it about portraiture that you think strongly relates to audiences and to artists alike?
I can't speak on behalf of my audience, but I can say that people for me are the most interesting thing in the world. Before studying art, I studied journalism because I was interested in problems or solving problems or examining problems, and I think the world's problems are people problems. So I enjoy the process, and I think it's really engaging to look at people.
So your work is a response to marginalisation. How effective is portraiture and self-portraiture, and why have you made it your go-to genre? There
are different processes that speak to marginalisation and different means. What I like to do is play with a few different signifiers, potentially contradictory signifiers that come together in a way that mashes things and confuses the issue a little bit, but in that confusion, hopefully people can get something out of it. And people are really good signifiers.
I suppose they carry their own message and baggage.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with that entirely. And they become a focus. And everyone can relate to another person.
You've been a finalist in a lot of portraiture prizes, but it's your first time judging. What are your thoughts on the Shirl, the National Youth Portrait Prize?
I think this National Youth Portrait Award is a terrific initiative. It's fantastic that it's pretty much taken over what the National Youth Portrait Prize did up until quite recently. I'm not sure when it finished exactly. And I think it's really important to have these opportunities for young artists to give them a real kick at the beginning of their careers or their paths or their journeys or whatever they want to do.
You've been strongly featured in the Asia Pacific Triennial in Brisbane this year, one of Australia's most important exhibitions, as well as being a Primavera artist at the Museum of Contemporary Art in Sydney. How does ABDUL ABDULLAH top a year like 2015?
2015 has been a very busy year. I've been happy with how it's gone, and next year I hope to be equally busy. I'll be featured. My brother and I are doing some projects. We're working on a project for Wellington, New Zealand, which will be in 2017. Also go down to Melbourne for the Next Wave Festival, and there's a few projects in Perth and around the country. So there's no one big event that's as big as APT or Primavera, but there's lots of smaller ones.
You're visiting this part of the world for the first time, and we're thrilled to have you here. Can you speak a bit to the quality of the local artists that are in the show, that are in the Shirl?
It's fantastic being in regional New South Wales, and the local representation of artists in the exhibition is excellent. The standard is really, really high, and it stands up against a broad national competition. It's fantastic that you've had entries from every state. It's really representative of people under 25 all over the country.
Now I have to put this one out there, Abdul. What are your thoughts on a solo show at the Bega Valley Regional Gallery?
There's always a possibility.
ABDUL ABDULLAH, thank you for being with us and being our first judge for the National Youth Portrait Prize, the Shirl. We look forward to seeing you here again soon.
No worries.